Hey guys, what's up? It's Parasite here, and today I'm bringing you another video. I'm going to be starting another new series. This series is based on anchoring, hill rotation, all that sort of nonsense. It's basically built around the anchor role and how to play that role to the best of your ability. One thing to keep in mind here, it's impossible to have perfect games, so in some scenarios you won't be able to kind of do these certain rotations because the team will counter it, stuff like that. But I'm going to kind of teach you the ideal rotations of every map, every hill, where you want to set up, what times you want to set up at, when you want to start rotating, where you want to start rotating, that sort of thing. And to introduce this series, first I want to go over some classes for the anchors that I think are very useful. Again, this is all personal preference, but I'll explain to you why I use each and every one of these classes. So this being my main class, you start off with the M8, obviously, the red dot, FMJ, and stock. So you notice I don't have quick draw on like some other players. Well, as an anchor, you kind of find yourself pre-aiming more, so quick draw kind of becomes irrelevant. FMJ allows you to pick players through walls. It also allows you to get the advantage on other anchors that are kind of posted up in position, so it's better for breaking. It's just FMJ is a lot better attachment for, helping your team out, breaking hills and setting up. It just makes it so that cover is irrelevant. Next, I have flak jacket, toughness, and dexterity. Toughness is a given. Flak jacket will protect you from nades. Dexterity and stuff, tac mask. Some teams don't really use stuns. Stuns don't really affect you. And plus, you have a lot of trophy systems. Climbing up, getting your aim up quicker might be a little bit more useful. And then here comes this class. This class protects you a little bit more. It makes it so that they can't stun you, they can't nade you, and you still got your trophy systems. And then you have the bear class. This bear class will allow you to hit rotations a lot quicker. You might find yourself switching to this class off the beginning of hills and rotating, so you have lightweight to rotate quicker, dexterity to get into gunfights, and trophy systems to protect yourself once you set up. Okay, next. I'm going to start this game, and we're going to be going over standoff hardpoint first. So I will teach you guys hill rotations and kind of where you set up and some misunderstandings about how to play the actual anchor role that I will basically interpret to you and tell you how to do it correctly. Alright, so off the start of this hill, I know it's weird because you can start off on either side, but off the start of the bad side over here, ideally you want to, I'm going to use the bear class because it's a little bit quicker. So off the break, you kind of want to have your team push out this tank side over here. This tank side of the map is actually where the spawns are for the mid hill. So off the break of the hill, you kind of want to, maneuver yourself over here, maybe toss a trophy, stay alive. And you also want to have your teammates smoke out this mid street. It's a really good idea to smoke out this mid street and push it with you. Or you can send another teammate with you through over here. And ideally, you just want to push out this tank. So most of the time, you'll find yourself in a battle with the anchor off the break here, and you'll start fighting him off. And once you fight off this guy, you basically want to set up on this top tank. And when you set up on this top tank, you sit up here and you pick yellow because the spawns should flip. If the spawns don't flip, what you have to do is off around 20-30 seconds, you want to start pushing around this market. And once you get to this market, you kind of want to be very careful and you want to fight this off. So as soon as this hill rotates, your ideal position should be at about here. And this is where you kind of set up and use your AR to your advantage. And you start posting up and watching the street while your whole team floods that left side, gets in the building, and holds wood. So now what you want to do off the beginning of this hill is after you're posted up here and you kind of notice the spawns are starting to push over there, what you could do is you can help out your team if they need it, if they flood it out. But if your teammates end up pushing that street out, the enemy team actually starts spawning over there. So what you want to do is you kind of want to flood this street with trophies. That way they can't smoke you out. And again, if you have FMJ, kind of wallbang through a lot of these things. Now let's say the other team smokes this out to the point where you need a backup. Best thing to do is to back up all the way over here and fight them like this because you have a really big distance, so SMGs coming around the corners won't be able to kill you. Oh, by the way, I know the hill's going to flip, but I'm just trying to explain to you these hills in detail as much as possible. So I might take up the whole 10 minutes of the game. Or if they smoke you out, what you could do is you can either go up here and try to find some people here, and if you see nothing, peek out, and you might actually be able to get the jump on a few of these players if you jump out behind them and shoot them all in the back. And that actually works a lot. Okay, pay no attention to the time. Another thing is about this side is after this side gets flooded, and you die, you might start spawning over here. What you want to do is, especially if it's at like 45, 30 seconds, you're better off not going over around and trying to flip spawns again. You're better off kind of sitting here, watching this doorway, and then at around 30 seconds, you want to start rotating. At around 30 seconds, you want to start rotating, but the thing is that you can't rotate by yourself, so just assume that your teammate's with you. And around 30 seconds, when you start rotating, you kind of want to be very aware if any players will be around this area. What you want to do in this situation is you kind of want to use your SMG teammate as bait. So you send your SMG teammate through like the buildings, clear out any close quarters combat, and then you want to send them to push this out. And the thing is, you got to be in a position to trade. So after you clear around this backside, you want to run up to this hay bale, watch over your teammate as he pushes that tank, watch the mid street, have him push out the tank. Once he pushes out that tank, you can kind of rotate over. And see, the big misunderstanding, big misconception about this hill, about anchoring, is that you want to sit here and you just want to hold this and throw trophies all around this. This is awful. This is not what you want to do at all. What you want to do is you want to get control of this far left side over here, and you want to sit here and hold it for a while, and you use this to peek the mid street while your team floods the alleyway. So your teammates will be pushing the alleyway out, mid street out, and you'll be sitting over here holding this. Sorry. And basically, what'll happen is if they'll all start spawning in that alleyway, and if your team pushes that out far enough and kills like 2 or 3 enemies, you can actually turn around here and get spawn kills because they'll start spawning at those boxes right there. And then all you have to do is sit here. If they're flooding mid-street, you can sit here and watch mid-street, post up some trophies over here in the middle of the map, and it's better to be farther from the hill because you're more spread out. If you're playing too condensed to the hill, too close to the hill, they can just flood the hell out of you from both ways. Like I said before in some of my other videos, Call of Duty's played in a way of like you want to isolate your areas. You want to have less chances of you dying as possible. So you pushing out this side only gives the enemy really this side of the map to come through and that side of the map. While if you're just over here, the enemy can come through middle, they can come through this side, and they can come from alleys. So this is all about minimizing the possibilities of failure. Alright, so at about 25-30 seconds of this hill, you want to start rotating. Best way to rotate, especially with an AR, I know this might sound weird and a lot of people might not like it, but I would actually rotate towards boxes and have your teammates go around gas and stuff like that. Because the thing is, SMGs going around gas side would be a lot easier because there's a lot of like close range sight lines. Like when you get into here, this is close range. When you're pushing out that alley, when you're pushing out this building towards that stable, it's all close range, close quarters gunfights. While if you're pushing out boxes, so let's say you start rotating from grandma's side over there. When you're hitting this rotation, you want to pinch the spawns. Because if you only push that side, they're going to spawn right here. And if you only push this side, they're going to spawn right over there by the stables. So as your teammates are pinching that side, you want to pinch this side. So best way to do it is, climb on top of this forklift, see if there's a guy boxes, you can pick them. You can also do this. This will also block spawns. So, I mean, not a lot of people know this, but you can just sit here and lay down. And if your teammates get kills over there, they won't spawn at this doorway. They won't spawn here because you are blocking it. They'll end up spawning yellow and start coming through the mid-street or start coming around that way. So this is a big hill where you got to kill off rotation. What I mean by kill off rotation is as you are trying to break this hill, after you get a kill, let's say you get a kill here and you get a kill there and you block the spawns and your team's pinching in. As soon as you kill these guys in the hill, what you want to do immediately, don't just play too close to the hill. You want to immediately turn around and fight these guys off. Because if you get 1 or 2 kills here, they're going to spawn across the map again. And it's going to be even worse for the enemy team. So once you do control this hill, honestly, I found it a lot easier for subs to hold that left side of the map. Once you do gain control of this hill, your SMGs can hold this side of the map. They can push out the gas station. They can push in a wood. You can have a guy in hill. And then you can have like a guy here with the SMG just being a nuisance. And what you can do as an AR is you can sit boxes and wait a little bit, and once you kill 1 or 2 of them coming to you at this box area, you can actually jump up on this tank and you can end up spawn killing them. Because if you have this side held down, you have that side held down, and you've pushed up towards like the wood green area while one guy's in hill, you can sit there and spawn kill them because they have to come out of yellow or they have to go all the way around the alley towards your other teammates. I mean, it sounds weird and unorthodox because a lot of people find it better for an AR to sit over here. But realistically, you can do it either way. So let's say you're an AR and you decide to sit over here. Really, your best bet is to just watch mid-street and have your SMGs fight that area, because you as an AR, you can't really fight this area and, you know, hold it very long, especially if they're being flooded. This, however, you can. If you post up trophies in the street, you can hold this. They can't come through this door. And then you just have your team, one teammate hit boxes the sub, one teammate in hill, one teammate helping you out here. The thing about anchoring is that it's a team job. You can't anchor by yourself. You got to anchor as a team. So let's say if you're out here, you can't be out here by yourself. If you are outside or anchoring, I guess, by yourself, nobody's near you, you're doing it wrong. If you're out here by yourself, it's wrong. If you're out here and you're watching this alleyway over here, and they're flooding you guys, and you have another SMG kind of posted up here, you know, pushing this out with you, this is right. If you're sitting here and SMG's pushing out this way and helping you get wood, like wood, going here, this is right. This is like the roamer's role, I guess you could call it. And then the anchor kind of posts up here, and then one guy in hill, and then the other guy here. And then the thing is, as soon as that guy dies outside, especially if he dies from far away, the SMG could just kind of rotate out here. The thing is, like I said, anchoring is a team job. Breaking hills is a team job. You shouldn't be pushing all one way. You got to be pinching, all that good stuff. So, quick recap before this minute's over. So, in holding this hill, you want to get on top of this tank, get ready to spawn kill over there. When holding this hill, you want to sit around here, kind of watch the mid-street, and start rotating from the gas. You never rotate from mid-street. You always want them to spawn over here off the break, and then you want to push this out and flip them to the alley, because the alley is easier to focus on. So once you're rotating over here, you rotate through this way, you push out this area, you fight this area off, and then you hold it down and flip the spawns to yellow. After this hill, you start rotating. You can push this out, try and get control of this while your teammates pinch that. Or if your teammate gets an early rotation, starts spawning gas, just post up here. Hold this, fight this off, get control of spawns, and then rotate to tank for middle hill again. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this map. I've tried to go into it in detail as possible. It's kind of hard to explain, like, just off, like, talking. I don't know why. It's like anchoring such a, like, team-based role. All I can really, like, teach you guys is where you want to post up, what times you want to rotate, where you want to rotate to, all that good stuff. The one thing is that I'm just assuming you have a perfect game. Like, the thing that you can't take into account is being broken, like having hills broken, which I do want to go over. I'll probably start another series regarding that. It's going to be basically how to break hills, because a lot of people have trouble breaking hills. They don't understand the concept of pinching spawns, making them spawn far away, all that stuff, flipping. The thing about anchoring is kind of just like it's a team-based job. It's not really individual-based anymore like it used to be back in the beginning of the game. And it takes a lot of teamwork and just, what is it called, situational plays. It's hard to teach. You really learn a lot more from watching actual anchoring than me talking to you. But I'm going to still continue to do this series because, you know, any information that I can give you will probably help you. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit from this video. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace.